are three ways of actually taking trades. I'm going to call it out. Number one, we have HFX. HFX one is very simple and very direct. Okay, HFX one is very, very simple and very direct. I'm going to be using the zombie trader psychology to trade. So that basically means every single trade that forms within within my trading time is what I'm going to be dropping. Okay. I'm not going to be looking at the account. I'm just going to be looking at me following through with the strategy. So that means I'm supposed to be rolling out a lot of trades, a whole lot of trades, a whole lot of trades. So let's say, let's use this one three. Yes, you have your normal HFX, which I believe everybody knows how to take HFX trades. Let me remove this one from there. My table is squiggly. It's not looking um straight. You have your HFX trades. So when I drop out trades, I'll be taking the trades on HFX. Okay. I'll be taking trades on HFX. What trades I call out? Because I'll drop the HFX entry point and I'll also drop the MT5 entry point. And apart from that, so I'll also take normal FX. So I'm doing this one with my funded challenge. I'm not sure you can get a funded challenge, but to get a funded challenge, you need to um understand the risks, you understand, and everything. So for the funded challenge, what I did was this one. I'm just showing this one for those who probably have existing funded challenges. So for the HFX, I'm risking my normal 10% per trade, which was what I agreed to risk because we have a current HFX challenge going on. It was this fundamental news that came and took away our time, and the money that you're making from fundamental news was so we are making from fundamental news was so great that I even discarded the HFX challenge for that particular point. But fundamental news have come and gone for now, and we don't have anyone for the next 2 weeks. So that's why I'm focusing on everything now. Okay, so 10% per trade. Now on this my normal FX, I'm using a funded challenge. I am using a one phase challenge account.
Oh, jump this door now. It's off.
You can use two phases if you want to use anyhow. But I'm just trying to show you how mine is actually is. Okay. So Mark drawdown is Max DD. Max DD is equal to 6%. Daily DD is equal to 3%. Profit target is like 10%. So as a result of that now, I'm personally going to be risking 0.25% per trade per trade. which is going to mean if you account for spread, 10 losses in a day will be equal to maybe 2.5% normally. But if you actually add your spread and everything, 10 losses in a day will give me 3%. 10 times 0.25 is going to 2.5%, but your spread is like 30% of what you're trading. So adding your spread, is going to give me 3%. Then 20 losses in total without any win. Without any win, will give me 6%. So maybe I will not be able to use 1 week to pass this particular challenge. Because yeah, if I'm using 0.25, my risk to reward ratio is 1:4. So basically, my profit target should be like 1% per trade if I hit my TP2. And for me to actually get 10% profit targets, profit targets, I need to get my profit target is 10%. For me to get my 10% profit target, I need to have this times 10. That basically means I need to have 10 TP2s. Can I get 10 TP2s in a week? I am not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm not in a hurry. You understand? I'm not in a hurry. I'm not actually in a hurry. So even if it takes me 2 weeks to pass it, the aim of this one phase normal account is to gradually risk consistently 0.25% per trade. Then the third thing I'm also doing is flipping FX. So you can choose the one you want to flip in. This one is my HFM account. HFM zero spread account. So for this one, initially I wanted to do 4 flips, but then I looked at everything and I decided that uh, it would be better to reduce it to 5 flips. This one has not hit this point. I was like, no, it's better to reduce it to 5 flips. It's better to increase it rather to 5 flips for protection purposes. Okay. So I increase it from 4 flips to 5 flips. So look at this, how it actually is here. This is how I am doing mine. You can reduce yours to 4 flips. You can even use 2 flips self. Depends on you, depends on your capital, depends on what you can actually risk. But I'm managing a bigger account, so I would like to like reduce my risk. You understand? But what I want people to also understand, so with this channel, I want people to actually understand the flipping model of trading. So flipping is a model of trading that takes advantage of winning streaks. If you're someone who usually play video games, there is something called multi kills. I played video games a lot when I was young. Spent like up to 12 hours a day, even 18 hours self sometimes. 20 hours if I only slept for 4 hours. Some days, lots of times, like provided it's actually like I spent like 20 hours of my day playing video games back to back when I was like from like 12 to from like 13. Like from 13 to like 20 or so, thereabouts. There's what you call multi-kill, yeah? Multi-kill is when you kill multiple persons at once. Like within a short period of time, you kill this enemy, you kill that enemy, you kill that enemy, you keep getting combos. And that thing actually multiplies your score. So normally if you kill one person, maybe you're meant to get 10. If you kill one person after 2 minutes, kill another person, that's 20. After 2 minutes, you kill another person, that's 13. Killing happen, that's 40. But if you kill at once, like you're killing within few seconds distance, when you kill the first person, the second person, instead of getting 10 on that second person, you get 2 times bonus. So you're going to get 20 on the next person. Instead of it to get um 10 on the third person, you're going to get another 2 times bonus. You're going to get like 40 on the next person. You understand? They'll keep multiplying it by two, by two, by two, by two, by two, because you're having multi kills. That's what flipping model actually takes advantage of. So if you win one trade normally, let's say you're doing like let's say you're doing like 1%, okay, per trade. So that's meant to give 4% profits. If you're using normal FX, that's normal when if you win one trade, you won first 4%. Win another trade, you win under 4%. Okay, 4%. If you win the third trade, you win under 4%. If you win the fourth trade, you win under 4%. Okay, so this is normal FX, normal risk management. Your risk amount is never going to change based on your winning streaks. It's just going to remain stable. And that's the one for the normal FX. Right? But when it comes to flipping, your risk is always increasing as your account is increasing. So you have 4 wins. So the first trade you risk for 1%, you won that trade. That gave 4%. The next, you're not going to risk 1% anymore. You risk double of that. But you're going to risk rather, you're going to risk 1% of you're going to risk double of that. Let's just put it like that. So now you have 8%. The third time now, you're not going to risk 2% again because you won. You risk 4%, and that will give you times 4, 16%. And the next one, you now risk 8%. I'll give you times 4, which will be 32%. So you see, normally, the normal FX now, 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 will be equal to 16%. But if you utilize the flipping model here, 32 plus 16, that's 48, plus 8, that is 56, 60%. So normal FX would have given you 16%, while utilizing the flipping model would have given you 60%. That's the difference between this and that. Okay. So that's about it. So how am I doing about mine? So I have 2,500 in my account. All right. I have 2,500 in my account. So I'm going to divide that $2,500 into 5, which is for 5 flips. All right. 5 flips. So each of the flip is going to be $500. $500 is allocated for each flip. So this will be flip one. $500 again for flip two. $500 for flip three. Like all of those things, yeah. So as I've done that now, the next thing I'm going to do, I know that I'm using $500 for this flip here. I won't be risking 2% or 3%. All right. I'm going to be risking 20% per trade. I'm using 20% per trade. But for the sake of this explanation, let me use 25%. But when trading, I'm going to use 20%. The reason I'm going to use 20% is that accounts will be growing, all right? And then the spread is going to be increasing. If I'm using 25%, I won't be able to, I'm not going to accounting for spread differences. And once the account grows a level, if I have like 2, 3 losses, I'm not going to have enough equity to cover up the fourth trade, which would actually probably help me recover. That's why I'm using 20%. So that additional 5% is my spread, which they will charge me. Okay. So let me use 25% right now to calculate for ease of understanding of what I'm trying to show. So flip one. This is how it's meant to go theoretically. So 25% of $500 is $125. So remember my RR is 1:4 with TP2. Okay. So if I'm risking 25% per trade, which is $125, if I win any trade and I have TP2, I'm going to make 4 times that 25%, which is going to give me 100% profit. Okay. Now I'm risking $125. So that means if I win a trade, I'm going to make $500 profit. Are you getting that? That's fine. So the challenge is all about having 4 CP2s. Okay. So that basically means at the start of the challenge, my first flip, I'm trading $500, yeah. So I'll divide this $500 into 4. So that basically means I'll be risking $125 per trade. I'll divide into 4 because this 25% I'm doing, yeah. Okay. That's $125 per trade. Now, the first trade, if I win the first trade, okay, I'll make $125 times 4, which will be $500. That means my account to go from 500 to 1,000 because I risked $125 in a trade and I won the trade. That gave me times 4 of what I risked, which was additional $500. So $500 plus my initial capital will give me $1,000. So that means with this, I've actually had my first TP2. So now I will now bring down my account balance down here for the next one again. Now I have $1,000. So with this $1,000 now, I'm looking for the second TP2. I'm going to be risking the same 1/4 again. Finally, same 1/4 again, which will be $250 per trade. If I win that trade again, $250 give me $250, sorry, $250 times 4 will be $1,000 again. So that means my account to go from this $1,000 to $2,000. Once it goes to that level, that's fine. My next flip again, or my next ticket I'm also looking for now, I have $2,000 in my account, and I'm going to do the same thing, dividing by 4. So that'll be $500 per trade. If I win that trade again, give me 2,000 times 3 again. So my account goes from 2,000 to 4,000. Okay. Then once I pass that one, I'll now go for the fourth CP2, which is going to be equal to $4,000 divided by that'll be 1,000 per trade. So if I win that one again, if I win that one again, my $4,000 now would grow to $8,000. That's if and this can only happen if I have what they call it, 4 TP2s in a row without any stop loss. which theoretically is possible, practically too is also possible, but the chances are very, very low. So if you're being practical now, um, it's most likely not going to happen, all right? But what's most likely to happen is that when you have the first TP2, even before having the first TP2 self, you may have one or two losses, all right? You may have one or two losses or so. You understand? But since your risk is fixed at $125, which is going to be fixed at the start of the, you know, trading period, this is going to be fixed at that $125. Even if I have, let's assume I have one loss now, and my account reduced from these to $375. Hmm? The moment I have that win, because I'm still going to risk $125, despite having that first loss I incurred. The moment I have that win, I'm going to be having $500. 125 times 4 plus 375. That would be $875. So the next time now, I'm not going to be risking $1,000. I'm not going to bring 1,000. I'm going to bring in the new account balance down. Do you understand? So now my risk now is going to be that divided by 4, which will be $218. And if I win, get a TP2 without having any loss, that will just take my 875 to times 2, 1,750. Then I'll bring this 1,750 down, divide it by 4 to get my risk. And that's how we would keep going. All right. That is how we keep going, keep going, keep going till we are done having 40 pieces. Now, I'm not risking 25% per trade because I want to actually also account for spread. I'm going to be risking 20% per trade. So instead of using $125 per trade, this is going to be $100 per trade. Do you understand? So my profit now, instead of if I win the first trade, instead of account going from 500 to 1,000, it's go more like from $500 to $400. Sorry, to $900 rather. You understand? So just those little things, those are just things I just fixed. You understand? So that just know it. If you're a little bit confused here, when we're actually trading, I'm going to also be showing you some things. I'm going to be posting my accounts. Oh, I'm risking this percentage right now, and that's going to make people actually understand. No matter how long I take to explain this thing, all right, if you're still new or you are just starting with MT5, you'll still be confused. And if you've not heard this concept before, you'll still most likely going to be confused. You're still most likely going to be confused. You get the best way you can actually fully understand the whole concept and grasp everything is when we are practically doing it. Yeah, so even if you send me your money to trade and you can't follow through, you can use your demo to follow through because this is a concept that really can also reward you very well. So some you can also have your normal account, maybe risking 10% per trade, and also still have a flipping account, both on MT5, MT4, and to take advantage of both of them. You understand? But that's just basically how it actually is. Thank you very much for joining the session and see you guys on the next um session. I want to drop in CHFGPY entry shortly after this session for everybody to take. All right. I'm also going to drop a placard on the rules of entering the trades. Okay. Take care.